night, guys. Morning. Hey there. I do like an intro, so it's good to know your reader before you ask for some really big information for your life. Just saying. Sometimes it's really good to have that connection. Kia ora. Happiness is a state of mind, my love. I'm just going to connected to the core of me. My roots reach deeply. I am connected to the core of me. Alright. Sorry, the reason why I was late is because for some odd reason I thought it was a good idea to put eyeliner on and my eyes were almost up like this, and you can still see it because if I wiped it all off I would have to start all over again. So somehow I had to go into some quick management of the makeup. Otherwise I would have looked a little bit drunk because one was up like this and the other one was... I don't even know why I tried. I'm going to be honest. Morning, Nana G. Hello, Sonia. Welcome. I don't think any of my mods are in here yet. It's Friday night, so you know, they come in if they come in. Yes, mighty order to you as well, my friend. Feeling pretty good. That's pretty tough. Healthy lifestyle. She's no more. Happy can have guidance, be sure. Just going to get a few minutes. I usually like to talk. Now this is my thing, guys. Is that you should get to know your reader. You should know what it is that they do, where they get their information from, so that you aren't misled or redirected to places you don't really need to go. And it's all about, for me, is about the ethics when it comes to reading. So every message that I send out is with love and good intentions. And I'm going to interpret energy. I use cards and non-cards, like spiritual intuition, energy intuition. And I like to do a group meditation, which only takes literally maybe 2 minutes. And that gets us what I call into synergy, which is synchronizing our energy, which creates great Wi-Fi, which is really good for you. And anytime you need information from yourself, internally, externally, you can use this technique that I use with the group for yourselves, and it really, really helps. It really helps. Oh. Oops. It's all meditation music. It's not going down for some odd reason. I like heavy music now. Gets me in the zone. Oh, I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you. I wouldn't blame you if you weren't feeling very good, Holmes. There's a lot of energies that are causing, I don't know, it's like causing things. It's almost like, I'm going to put it like this. The eclipse season, what it does is it removes the illusion, right? So anything that's false or negative that's in your life is either going to be brought up to your face, so you're looking directly at it, or it's going to ask you to deal with it. And this was the image that I was given before. It's the volcano. So if you can believe that the volcano is bubbling away inside of it, no. But I do have a Spotify. Which I just put playlist for readings. Sorry. It is pretty much, if you look up Beautiful Chorus, it is just them singing literally affirmations which is kind of like how Spirit speaks. Spirit speaks in love form. So anyway, Harms, the energy is really asking you to heal right now. And the thing is, you've got what it takes. If you're here now, if you're in this time zone now, like, you know what I mean, like on this planet at this time, you've got what it takes. What you probably have forgotten, and this is what I say a lot about spiritual space, the awakening is not really awakening, it's remembering what you already have, what you already know, deep within your soul, within yourself. And what you're doing is you're remembering, you're self-remembering. And of course, you've got to go through all these layers, right? Layers of life, layers of memories, trauma, pain, especially if you haven't dealt with any of your, you know, your triggers or your pain. It's going to be sitting there. So when the energies rise up and say, hey, look at me, heal me, it's going to bring everything that you've been trying not to heal. Or if it's not so much your own personal healing, let's say, like for me, I've done a lot of my own personal healing, so I'm actually now in the space of helping other people heal their trauma, heal their pain, or at least acknowledging it. Because I think that's the first step to really healing and getting rid of stuff, is that we start acknowledging what is causing us pain, what's making us feel off. You're going to feel tired because eclipse season also activates old DNA. So what they call the junk DNA, it's actually a storage space which probably has a lot. I was watching, what's his name? Shit. The black guy, Hidden Knowledge. He comes under the title of Hidden Knowledge, and he was saying 1 gram of DNA holds 700 terabytes of data. So just imagine all your junk DNA, that's like hundreds and thousands of grams, right? Or grams of DNA that's now getting activated. But for it to be able to integrate into your personal energy, you have to remove what is obsolete. So you're going to feel tired, you're awakening DNA, you're going through a spiritual awakening, especially if you're drawn here, if you're drawn to me and my energy, you're in the space of remembering who you are, and you're at the precipice of change. I can see my hair's playing up. And it's not going to get any easier. I know that sounds weird, but the more you choose to heal your stuff, the easier it is to navigate. That's key word, navigation. Navigating through your life, through the obstacles, through the challenges, to allow you to be more effective and to live more beneficially for you, like more harmonious to your soul path, to your life, to your destiny. And that's happening for everyone across the board. It's not just one person, not just you, Harms. It's everyone. It's literally everyone. I tell you, I'm going to hopefully, one of my mods will come on. This is not my normal time, guys, so if any of my lovely regulars would like to be a mod, let me know. And I will love to put you on as a mod. But anyway, I know you're going to get a lot of people that it's going to be asking for readings. So I just sort of like choose names at random. I used to do a list, but then sometimes you got to wait 10 people. It's going to take a lot of time to get through 10 people. I'm an in-depth soul reader, and this is free. But if you'd like to subscribe, like, comment, follow, share, I appreciate all of it. If you do subscribe, you're definitely good on the list. But you just have to be patient and wait for your turn. So that's not like pressuring the mods to get on. Okay. Hi Soph. Hi guys. Thanks for the follows, guys. But also don't forget that I have lots of videos about spirituality, and if you don't get a message from me tonight, feel free to go on any of my TikTok videos, ask a question, ask for a message even, and I like to do those during the week, and you'll get a minute quick read, or however long it takes for me to get through your energy. For some people 1 minute's not enough, but I try to fit in as much information as I can. And Morena, yeah. And you know what? Hey, if dealing with your negativity, like dealing with the negative energies, it's coming up for me too. Don't think it isn't, because if you're feeling it, I'm feeling it. That's usually how it goes, because somehow, somewhere, we're all connected. And the energy moves very differently for each of us, because we are in different, I would say, perspectives. Really, it's just purely perspective, but that negative energy came up for me too. So my earring kept dropping out, which was really annoying, frustrating. I was late because I did one eye up. As you can see, I've done a really poor job of getting rid of that, and one went down. I shouldn't have done it. I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna do it, and they would totally do it. But like, not it, just in general. I literally just got me an S6 tablet because I like to do illustrations, and my kids 2 months in have broken the S Pen as well. I was lucky to be gifted another one, but there's my brand new 2-month-old one sitting there. I can't charge it, so now I'm going to have to pay some big dollars to get in, and hopefully it doesn't cost me big dollars, but to get it fixed up again. And you know, like things like that, when it comes to my creative flow, it seems to be a lot of blockages. And I'm going to say this really quick, which was what came up to me before, and that was something that Denzel Washington said, and it was like, if you're doing something right, the devil's going to look at you, right? So the devil means negative energy. We're not talking about devil and God or anything like that, but negative energy is going to seek you out because you're doing something right. And when you're doing something wrong, well, it's usually a lot easier. Okay, so if you're not feeling some type of negativity, or not feeling some type of pressure or change wanting to happen, or something that's just slowly bubbling up to the surface, then you're like, if you're not feeling that, then usually that's because you're doing something wrong, and the negative energies want you to carry on doing that. But when you're doing the right thing, it's usually you get a lot of blockages. But that comes down to knowing and belief, right? Belief is believing in something can happen, and knowing that something can happen too, for your benefit, for you, and having that confidence to be able to go about doing your things and move up into your life the way that you should. Show up for yourself each and every day, even when it is hard, even when it feels like you can't overcome, because usually that's when it starts opening up for you. I did do many messages like this recently, so I feel like that may help the people that are in here at this time. But for me, negativity shows up as well. Do I navigate through it easy? Not always, not always. Some days I get really low. Some readings can take me right down because I'll feel it right in my heart chakra. It'll pull that stuff inside of me, and for days afterwards I'll feel really low, and I'll feel like I'm grieving, I'm sad. So you have to understand that I'm a clairsentient, so everything comes through the heart space. I open up my heart voluntarily to receive information and knowledge. It allows my intuition to ignite. It allows me to see, feel, know, sense intuitively in my mind's eye, and then hopefully give that message that's really, really needed. Some are really straightforward. Hey, you just need to sort this out, and maybe that might make it easier. And sometimes it's that deep dive, and we've got to go all the way down and raise you up, because I have this whole belief system, and that is Ohana. And even though I'm not Hawaiian, but I'm Māori, so it's sort of like we're related. But Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind or forgotten. And so even though we can't always save everybody tonight or raise everybody up tonight, by raising you up, whoever receives this message, hopefully you'll go out and raise someone else up and do the same and pay that forward. And that's how it usually goes. So all of this usually is about paying this forward. What I receive from the universe through insight, through love, through abundance, I share, because that's the way the energy flows. It doesn't stay with me. It has to flow through me and out. And I'm willing to let it go and share it with everyone else. And that's sort of like my agenda and my philosophies are really, it's not for fame, it's not for likes, shares, and all that kind of stuff. Because really, it doesn't come in that way. So how do I describe that? I just think this is how I feel when it comes to doing readings. That, well, actually, I've been doing this for a few years. So every time I've helped someone where they've taken that information in and they've processed it and discerned through it what belongs to them and what doesn't, and then acted upon that, they've been able to change their life in big ways. Okay? So it's all about everybody lifting it up. Lifting up yourself, lifting up that message and sharing it out. Don't hold on to it. Just share it, because it helps. It helps someone out there. And for me, it's sort of like, you know, the people that need to see me will see me, and the people that don't will not. They will not. Oh, thank you for your subscription. I appreciate that. Hey, lock your fridge. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Paige, for subscribing. I appreciate that a lot. You get to go on the list. You get to go first. So what I like to do is a quick meditation, and everybody that's been with me a while knows that I do this, and they know that I like to explain what this is, because for me it is definitely about sort of educating you guys on how to activate your own intuition. Okay, where am I? Let's delete this. Okay, awesome. I'm just putting Paige's name on the list. Any of my subscribers here like to have a reading as well? Just let me know. Yes, that's so true. Thank you for saying that. Thank you, Soph. Thank you for listening. Yep, and it does. So I've learned that, you know how sometimes this is how it goes when you start sort of getting some traction on TikTok. And I've fallen victim to this as well, is that often let's just say you get the attention, like you put out a message and everybody hears it and it's like boom, boom, boom. And you get a lot of this attention, right? You feel obligated to show up all the time and put posts. And the cool thing about me, or at least what I feel is a blessing to me, is that I'm hyper creative. So I have lots of insight, lots of connection. I'm able to see things from different angles and bring, you know, the spiritual aspect to everyday things, right? And so I know for many people, they struggle with their creativity because they haven't done that work. Really, it's because they're pushing too fast and too hard. And spiritual work and being available for everybody, either to gain, you know, really it's about gaining, right? Can often leave them without and depleted. So I've learned that when my energy gets low, I'm stepping back, because there's been that's that people pleasing side, but there's parts of you that need to really learn to just take that moment and not be so much about always being in the spotlight. Now, this is something that I always say, is that for your light to shine, right, to be in that spotlight, or for that light to shine outwards, you have to understand the contrast to that is that there'll be no light. That is the contrast. And often we will experience, thank you so much, Ria, the highs and the lows. So if you have a really big high, you often will experience the low. Okay, that's the contrast, the duality of this world. So it's learning to navigate that. Okay, I've just experienced something really good, some type of blessing, and not to expect it, but when it does come in, don't think badly, don't think guilt, shame, blame. Just understand that that's part of life. And that's why I put up there the video about the guy falling on the trampoline and jumping back up. The falling is part of life. The rise and the fall, the ebb and the flow. You know, it just depends on how you want to get up and land. You know, where you land and how you land is basically up to you. How you navigate through these energies, through your life, through the challenges, through the obstacles. And a lot of us have to learn to just take that time out, not always be available, not always give our energy till we have nothing, and step back and recharge for yourselves. You know, what I usually do is that I just put my hand on my heart and I say thank you. I say thank you, universe, for loving me every day. This is something I do every day for myself. I'll sit there no matter what, even if I've had a shit day, and don't think I haven't had shit days, I have lots of those as well. Oh, my motorbike's on backwards and front. But I'll put my hands on my heart and I say thank you. You know, and if I can't think of anything good to, you know, like anything that happened that was good in my day, I say thank you for letting me be alive, you know, waking up this morning, because, you know, every day isn't guaranteed. And so it's sort of just like understanding that many of us have to just take that time out, thank our bodies, thank ourselves, thank our soul, thank the universe, thank the people in our life, thank the earth, thank the birds and the bees. And just really remember that each and everything is connected to us in some way, if not spiritually, energetically, which is kind of like the same thing, but just for purely existing. And so, yeah, it's sort of like when I recharge all of it, everything around me, my environment, my family, through me. My spiritual teams, I always give props to my spiritual teams, man. You know how hard our spiritual teams, our ancestors, our spirit guides, our guardian angels, higher dimensional beings, how much they work for us. I always give them praise, because I think, the kind of love and attention that I get, that's coming from your best friends. Like, it's almost like they're like your best friends, because they're cheering you on. They're there when you cry, they're there when you need light. They're that moment of inspiration when everything feels dark and heavy. I always call it the little voice within that says, hey, you know what, Sonia? You're going to be okay. Even though nobody in the world will say it to me, my spiritual teams will say that to me. And that's why I always love listening to beautiful chorus, because they talk similar to how spirit talks, which is in affirming love language. Okay? So that's the difference from your ego, is that your ego will sort of have this, I don't know, it's not so much like boosting you up, but it doesn't always talk in that beautiful, soft, human, soft love form. It'll talk like a human, which is, if you look at some of the contrasts when I talk about if your spirit guides were human, what they would say to you, it makes sense at the difference on how spirit actually talks to us and how we talk to ourselves. So, don't forget to send some love form to yourself, to your body, to your soul, to your mind, and to your body, because you need to send that energy back to you as well. Reclaiming your power, taking sovereignty of your energy, so that no one and nothing can take you down unless you allow it. So I know I've just talked a whole bunch of stuff all at once, but I'm going to take some names, and we might as well get into it. Thank you for the share, guys. Even on the bad days, yes, harms. And you know what? That's how I started. Like, you have to understand, I suffered with depression, anxiety, stress. I got a whole bunch of kids. My long-term relationship fell apart after like 12 years. I had all these kids, all these bills. I had literally was living in my house. I wouldn't move out of the house because I was so afraid. Because, we all know negative, when we break up with relationships, there's a lot of negativity that comes with that. And I had become very disassociated, right? So in my spiritual awakening, I actually had to change a lot of things about me. And first of it was learning to actually love myself, because now they talk about self-love, it's not about doing your nails and getting your hair done. It's about looking on the inside, peeling back all the things that, all the mud and all the gunk, and seeing who you really are underneath your life, looking at the soul, your essence, and saying, you know what, you're a beautiful soul, you really are, and meaning it. It's so much more different. I know everyone always wants to glow up, they want to look better, but really fixing the physical stuff, it comes with time, it comes with the inner glow of healing, of what healing does for you. And a lot of people, they get in my presence and they start crying and they get really emotional, and I don't judge, I just let them cry, because that's what happens when you come in contact with people that have already gone through the journey, and they can, for me, I never judge, because I understand. I know where you've been. I've been there too. I've been in the mud. I've been walking through the darkness of my soul. I've fought some mean demons, in my heart and my mind, and physically in my life. And so it's sort of like no one will ever love you more than yourself. And I know we always think that someone's going to complete you, but no one's going to complete you but you. Really is true. No one's going to make you feel whole like you can. And then the cool thing about doing the healing is then you end up finding someone that understands you and understands that everything about you and still loves you anyway. Because we're all still going to be messed up. That's the thing. Everyone thinks that when you're healed, you're not still messed up. But what you do is you understand it more. You don't disavow it. You don't pretend it's not there. You just say, oh, well, I'm really messed up. Sorry, guys. You know, this is me, you know, and it's that wholehearted embracing of your soul and your life, your personality, flaws and all. And that's what makes you unique, and that's what makes you beautiful. And it's not because of the outside, it's because of the inside. The inside has to shine first. And so many of us, you know, we find relationships because it looks good aesthetically, but it will never fulfill you like your own self. So, thank you so much for listening. Hope that made sense. Yes. Let's just put it like this. Your soul, out of all the lives to choose, out of all the life lessons to choose, your beautiful soul chose your life to live out its life lessons. So in some way, shape or form, your soul knew that you would be the perfect vessel for this life and these lessons. Okay? And you think to yourself, my soul wouldn't choose all this crap. My soul will not choose all this crap. And this is something that I've explained before, is that your soul is thinking from a higher perspective. Your soul believes and knows that you can overcome this crap because it has done many times before. So if you're struggling now, all it's asking you to do is remember. All this wisdom, all this knowledge, you think that I'm the only one that can read your energy and your cards? No, you could do it too if you wanted to. Everyone has the psychic ability, but they just got to be aware of it. When I started out my spiritual journey, I was not psychic or intuitive. I don't like to say that word either. No way. I developed it. I developed it because I started getting rid of all the obsolete programs that were running and using and draining all my energy. I started focusing my mind on self. I started learning to open up my heart. And then I started to feel and sense things. It's just part of becoming more of who you are, remembering who you are. Oh, you know, not everybody has the psychic abilities. Some people will have abilities in other areas. But in some way, shape or form, you've got unique skill sets and abilities that the world needs. Okay? Sometimes it's just your presence in the world, creating that positive energy, looking on the brighter side of things, seeing the silver lining, and on that rainy day, getting outside with your umbrella, you know, and enjoying nature. And we just all have to get back to learning how to be more playful and fun with our lives instead of always serious and always business. Sorry, that's my granddaughter. Hang on, my darling. Yep. I was going to do this outside, but it's really wet here. So if you hear the little kids screaming, it's my granddaughter screaming up and down the hallway. My life lessons have dimmed my gift. I'm going to say this to you. Your gift is not dimmed. What's happened is that you've forgotten that it's there. You've forgotten to use it. Like for me, you know, like when I think about my negative days, and I do it sometimes too, that I was sitting there and I'd had such a big sensory weekend, right? So I had gone so hard in the weekend, and I had a bit of a drink, and I was like, yeah, I was out there. My mind was so open that it took me days to recuperate my skill set, because it's more like your human body can't keep up with what your gifts need to do. So your gifts, they don't dim, they just sort of like step back to let you, the human, find yourself again. Straight up. Sophia, yes, of course. Okay. Yeah. So don't ever think that your gifts are dimmed. They're not. It's just your awareness. Your awareness needs to come back to center. And the cool thing is, it doesn't matter how far away you stray from center, from the center of your life path, you can always come back to it at any time. Yeah. I tell you what, Spirit's been telling me to have lots of fun. Go and have fun, Sonia. Because, you know, the thing about healing is that it is very serious business. And it takes a lot of toll on the body. It takes a toll on the body because Well, it's like you're conducting energy, right? You're giving energy, you're reaching up and asking for energy, you're just literally moving energy, so you're flowing. And so the energy doesn't get tired, it's the physical human body that gets tired. So, you know, there's days where, like I said, I'll be floored by a reading because I will have pushed out so much energy and felt a lot, you know, because the human in me feels everything. Every message, every card, every memory, every thought, every feeling, I feel it first, and then I can envision it or visualize it. So for me, it can be really tough sometimes because everybody's got, stuff. Everybody's got stuff. But I'm just going to take have a drink, and I've got Paige and Sophia Nuku, and then I will pull a few more names. I just feel stuck and stagnant. So peace in here. Oh. Well, this is what I say about standstills. Standstills are really, really important times where you're at to see things from a different perspective. So all you have to do is change the angle in which you're viewing your life. And that angle would be here psychologically. So if you're struggling with memories, thoughts, feelings, overthinking, late nights insomnia, it's the mind. So get out of here. Put your hands on your heart. Take some deep breaths to reset your energy. And the breath just allows you to come back. Because you have to understand, when the mind's working hard, it's stretching your energy right out. Right out. So when you tap into your heart chakra, which is your life force, and you bring that energy back, you can reclaim a lot of what is causing you to feel stuck or stagnant. I use my heart, but I saw this lady, she actually uses her sacral chakra. That's a really good one as well. So when I do the 3 deep breaths, I open up my heart chakra, I breathe into my crown chakra, just the crown, it's sort of like it all encompassing of the third eye as well. And then I breathe into my sacral chakra, because that's the chakra of creation, right? So you got the one of life force, intuition, the one of seeing, insight, and knowing, and the one of creation. 3 receptive centers, really, really important for intuition, especially if you want to enhance it. And do it regularly. Anytime you feel negativity, anytime you start thinking about something from the past, anytime you're not feeling balanced, anytime you're not feeling well, anytime you're not feeling anytime you're feeling confused, or anytime you feel like you're stressed out. 3 deep breaths. Inhale that good prana, positively charged prana. That's why they always say, go out by the trees. Go out by the trees, because the trees are always sending fresh air. So sometimes when you're in your house, you have to make sure that the energies are clear. So sometimes when you want to do that, go outside. Change the scene in which you're in that's keeping you stuck. Go outside, go near a tree, ask that tree for positive energy, and then just breathe. Because here's the thing is, often we think that trees don't know how to speak English. But they've been around listening and observing us for as long as we've existed, because they've existed far longer. And so even though they can't communicate in English, they can emote, okay? So they can send you vibes to let you know and connect. So once you learn how to speak tree, connecting with trees is really, really easy. And that's nature itself, right? So this is something that I do. Oh, Michaela, yes. Okay, Michaela. I'm just going to take Michaela and Harms, and then I'm going to start reading after the 3 deep breaths. So I'd just like to have the talk, because I think what it does is it weeds out all the people that just want to hear about their ex-partner. Okay, so if you're here to hear about your ex-partner, that's not what I do. I do soul deep readings. These are for people that are on the precipice of change. These are on the people that really need to bring some healing forward, to acknowledge their pathway, that feel confused about their life's direction. Okay? I can't tell you your purpose, though I could give you what comes forward and suggest to you. But in the end, the purpose comes from you, right? And it's better for you to come to the realization of what that is. But if you're into soul deep readings, if someone comes into your energy, aka love or career, I will acknowledge it. If you get a loved one, for me, that's very random, so I can't control that. That's not some space. That's not a place I've been very comfortable with because of past experiences. But it's been happening a lot where someone's loved one has come in, and I just allow that to happen. Okay, but we'll see what's going on. Okay, Natalie. Oh, Fluff Lord. Hi, Fluff Lord. I actually want to put you on my list as well. I've been waiting for you to come in. You come in all the time. I'd love to give you a reading if that. Just give me a thumbs up if that's something you would like. And who's the other one? Natalie, Harms, Natalie, and Rhea, as well as Fluff Lord. Rhea and Fluff Lord. Okay, I was gonna say I wasn't gonna take 2 names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got 7 right now, and I will come back for round 2. I'm here for a bit, so yes, I've got you. Yes, it's weird because your name has been coming forward to me all day, so I'm going to do you will be in there. So thank you to anyone that subscribes while I'm not looking. So as you guys know, I actually like to read with my eyes closed, and I'm just going to get myself comfortable with my eyes closed, so I may not always see what you're saying to me, okay? But if you wait till after, is Soph Cooper in here? Soph Cooper? Are you still in here? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with you, Fluff Lord, but your name kept coming forward to me, so I feel like I wanted to read you, and so I was waiting for you to come in. If Soph's there, she'll come forward. Anyway, that's just to make you a mod. For me, if you'd like to, yes. But you'd have to be very patient, Noni. Okay? Alright. Anyway, so we're going to do the 3 deep breaths. And I like to do this because it allows us all to connect. I usually use my labradorite. It helps me just get centered and stay grounded, and also it opens up my hand chakras. For some odd reason, I like them to be stimulated while I read energies. So what we're going to do is just going to breathe deeply into our chest, our heart chakra, and breathe all the way down and out, and then breathe into our crown chakra, breathing in deeply and fully, just letting that air circulate and clear out any negativity. Then breathe out any negativity out, then connect with the sacral chakra, breathing that in to squeeze that sacral chakra, and we all know that's in the pelvis. Squeeze those muscles up, and then breathe all the way out and go into a state of relaxation. So when we just feel all the tension leave our bodies, okay? And then I'll slowly talk us through that. It only takes like 3 minutes. And then from there, I'll read Paige's energy. Thank you, Paige, for subscribing. I appreciate you. And so what I do is I do a quick intuitive reading of your energy, what comes forward, and then I'll pull some cards for you guys. Alright, so I'm going to breathe into my heart chakra. Feel free to do it in your own time and pace. Breathing into my crown chakra. Breathing into my sacral chakra. Squeeze those muscles in. Feel free to just go into a state of relaxation and just imagine any tension you're feeling in your body, any tension that may be tight or just feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Feel free to wiggle anything and just move into a comfortable position, letting any tension fall away to the floor, returning back to the earth. And if you can just imagine a white light coming from the bottom of your feet, it's warm, it lets you know it's safe. You just feel that white light slowly travel up your body, through your toes, through your foot or your feet, through your ankles, slowly rising up, and anything negative, anything that you may feel like it's got trauma or tension in it, it just gets encompassed in the light. It slowly transmutes any negativity out of the body. Let that white light just slowly move up your legs, and as it touches every part of you, you may feel your body get warm. You may feel it get comfortable. Relaxing and letting go your whole body. Moving up to the knees, through the knees slowly. Any tensions in the legs slowly just fall to the floor. Moving up the thighs, up into the hips and buttocks, into the pelvis, slowly moving up into the belly. Feel that nice warm light filling up the cavity of your belly. Any tension, any dark spaces that you sense and feel, let that light shine brightly and transmute it. And as it rises, all the tension starts leaving your body. Let it move up your back. Feel it in your fingers, slowly raising up into your hands, your wrists, moving up your forearms, your elbows, and your triceps, biceps, your arms into your shoulders. You feel it rise up, and all the energy converges into your neck. Take a deep breath here. Let any tension go, and slowly move into your head, clearing out any spaces. Let your face relax. Let the tongue move down to the bottom of your mouth. Let your mind relax. Simply let go. Let your eyes relax. Let your hair and your head just simply relax. And your ears. Just imagine that light shooting right up, connecting with a light from above. So right now you are in divine connection. And in this space, we welcome in our spiritual team, our spirit guides, those that lead the way each and every day, our ancestors, those that hold up the past and encourage us, our guardian angels, those that protect us and keep us safe, and higher dimensional beings that give us insight and wish to help and support our journeys. And from our highest self and for our highest good, we welcome in any messages of honesty, of love, of compassion and kindness and truth. And we thank our spiritual teams for all that they do for us each and every day. And all that is love, so it is, and so it shall be. And when you're ready, feel free to just open your eyes or simply just listen. So I'm going to tap into the energy of Paige. I'm just going to welcome Paige's energy in. I'm going to give you a quick intuitive energy read, and then I'm going to pull some cards. Okay, Paige. I got Cherish the Day by Sade. I want to say this, Paige. I don't know where you're at in life, but there's something about the way you move. I feel like you actually have a really strong life force, because Spirit is saying, the part of the song they sang to me was, I love all the ways that you move. It's like that. I love all the way. You should listen to that song. Cherish the day. Oh, so sorry, I started on the wrong notes. Cherish the day, won't go astray, won't be afraid. Yeah. You actually, I want to say this. I feel like there's a really strong strength building up inside of you, and it gives you the ability to overcome something right now, some type of difficulty. And I want you to also know that there are definitely energies that see this potential in you, and they are really trying to enhance it for you. So you may have been at a weak stage in your life, or weakened, or maybe even the way they just said was demoralized. So someone's really tried to diminish your light. Someone has really tried to bring you down. But I want you to know that sometimes we have to experience the contrast before we can experience the strength and the sovereignty of our life force, of our soul, of our path and our purpose. So this time for you is coming, and I feel like this is going to be a theme for everyone, is that there's this type of empowerment happening now. I would say that, Paige, you're probably, the way that it's coming across is that maybe you're a little bit fresh to the game. What I mean by it is that you may be a little bit new to the spiritual path, or if you do have awareness in the spiritual path, you may be new to the awareness of what's happening within you. But they're asking you to focus at this time, because that's what allows you to really navigate and see. Because it feels like the way I saw it was like the eyes squinted a little bit, and it's almost like you're like almost like tunnel vision about something. So just be mindful not to get obsessive about things. Focus is a way of being healthy, okay? So there's a difference between obsession and focus. Focusing allows you to see forward, allows you to see solutions. Obsession will fixate on that problem itself, okay? So there's really two different energies that could come forward for you. It could be focus or obsession. And what obsession is for many of us is when we hyper focus on something so intensely that we see nothing else but. So just be mindful of the way that you use your mind as well. But when you see clearly with focus, with healthy focus, you'll be able to see a solution to allow you to move out of whatever energies have been trying to lower your vibe. You know, literally, it's almost like they're literally just saying it's life itself. Life itself has been pulling you down. Which I feel really, you know, I feel empathy for you, because I've stood in that same place, and there was a point where I was just like, you know what, I just want to give up sometimes. But just imagine if I had have given up. I just think to myself now, if I had have given up on myself, all the people that have received the guidance from me, that have started moving into their purpose, that have started changing their life, and thus creating change in the lives of others, that would have never happened. And so I say to you, Paige, when you focus forward and find those solutions, so too will you change your life and change the lives of others around you. Because it's natural. You know, it's a natural vibration that you'll just give out to people. And there'll be the people that won't want to receive it because they're not ready, and then there'll be the people that will be able to receive it. Yeah. They just said you're going to overcome something through sheer determination, because you know what? You're sick of it. You're sick of it. Whatever it is that's bringing you down right now, you're literally at your wit's end of this. You know, it's almost like where they're going is like it's either over or you're just done with this issue. It's like no more. I won't tolerate. So that's a boundary coming up. And once you start setting boundaries, that's when you tell people, this is how I want to be treated. And if you're not going to treat me this way, then you will not receive my energy, my time, or my focus. Where they just showed me was a door. So it feels like for me, doors are about opening the light and opening the mind and letting the light in. Light is solutions. Light is knowledge and information. Light is also love, but it carries a lot of energy behind it. So there's a lot of psychological things you'll have to push through to be able to come out on the other side, but with sheer focus, determination, and strength, and the sovereignty of your own power. This is when you reclaim yourself. This is when you get to the heart of you and you say, I belong to me and no one else. It's a powerful time for you, Paige. Hope that part of the message makes sense. Let's pull some cards. Let's see what's going on. I've got the Sacred Rebels Oracle, one of my favourite. Let's go. Let's see what's happening in your energy. Yeah. You've got releasing allegiances. Number 10. You're at the end of a chapter. So one door closes. Yeah, interesting. One door closes, another door opens. Thank you so much, Ria. I would say to that, yeah, definitely letting go. Oh, yeah, see? Okay. So I'm going to say this to you. There's definitely an element of vulnerability going on in your cards. And I just pulled Hot Moon, which is extreme. So that's polarities, right? There's that contrast. And I want to say that's not a very comfortable space. It is number 34, breaking down to 7. Sevens often, I used to think, this is how I used to think about this number. Sevens are from heaven, right? And then it was this weird thing. I felt like it was lucky. But in the contrast to that, also, the flip side of it is that there can be struggle. So there may have been a time where you felt very angry. That's that fire and determination too. So, you know, when you learn to master the element of fire within you, you'll be able to use it in a way that's soothing and nourishing and not destructive, by the way. But anyway, but sevens actually can refer to being, you know, having struggle with the emotion spaces. Because I feel like it's like that song, you're hot and you're cold, you're yes, you're no, you're in and you're out, you're up and you're down. It's wrong when it's right, it's black and it's white. We fight, we break up, we kiss, we make up. You know, it's like that. So I feel like either this is referring to a relationship or is referring to life for you in general. It never stays the same. And so your pendulum swinging. What you need to learn to do is return to center. That's claiming yourself. I belong to me and no one else. I belong to me and no one else. You know, reclaim your energy. Come back to center. Find that stillness. Say, find you in there. And when you find you, you'll have sovereignty of your own energy. It's really powerful. I really love that for you. And I've got one more card. Sorry, I made that really loud. But we've got Gateway of Light Activation. I really like these. So I always love the astrology cards because, yeah. Yeah, interesting. You got Crystal Skull Wisdom. And that says clarity, divine healing, and high vibrational energy. So I read these ones from the book. Let's see what's going on for you. Crystal Skull Wisdom. Okay. It says here, crystal skulls are said to have healing tools and are wisdom keepers in the ancient civilizations of Atlantis and Lemuria. Okay, and the message is, all aspects of your life are becoming clearer at this time. Expect to become aware of what you need to step away from to have a more focused path. You may have felt indecisive, but now you are downloading direct guidance from the heart of Source so that you can live and express yourself in a more authentic way. Know that downloads often appear as your inner guidance, encouraging you to move forward. The key is to recognize the calmness they bring. This is a time of clarity and connection. Crystal Skull Wisdom is here to bring clarification to what you have been receiving within. In order for the next phase of your journey to unfold, you must follow the information you have received. You know what you need to do to heal and grow. If you've been asking for a sign that the healing work you've been doing has been successful, trust that this card is the message you've been waiting for. So I send this message to you with lots of love and good intentions. I hope it helps you now and in the future. Thank you so much, Paige, for subscribing, and take care. I hope that made sense to you. But yeah, that was awesome. I love your energy. You know, and the cool thing about that is that I see you at your highest potential, right? So I feel it. I feel your energy, and it's strong. So keep going, keep moving forward. That's what I say. Well, actually, you're going in a cycle, but you know, forward for us, that's how humans perceive it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Woe Mama. Thank you, Harms. Thank you, Emma, for following. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for your loss. Okay, let's pull up the list. Thank you, Paige. So, Paige, just so you know, since you subscribed, I will be doing subscriber only meditations, and well, I don't really like to do subscriber only, but it's just part of the perks of subscribing. So I'll be doing 1 hour meditations coming up soon once I get time. It's more like the readings seem to take a lot, personal readings, so they'll be at night around about this time. But thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Ria, as well. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Okay, so I've got Sophia Nuku. Sophia Nuku. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, Paige. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, and commenting and following me. I appreciate that a lot. Alright. So, Sophia, just give me... Okay, awesome. Oh, you're manifesting something. Okay. If you just like to take a deep breath, we'll just reset. And have some water. Awesome. You're very welcome. Thank you very much, too. I'm going to try and do them on other days opposite to my actual usual scheduled times. Once my schedule goes back to normal, because I usually do the lives on Thursday. And so maybe once a week I'll be able to do subscriber only readings and or meditations. So we'll see how we go. Alright, Sophia, let's have a go. Let's have a look. Okay. I'm going to say this. I need to describe this the way that it came in. Okay. So what I can see for you, Sophia, is this. They first sung the song Set Adrift in Memory Bliss. So if you've been with me long enough, you know that you may have been caught in some old-fashioned... They won't let me... Old-fashioned thinking. I wanted to say some old memories playing, but the way it came out was old-fashioned thinking. So you may be trying to break through some type of traditional space, or just connecting in a way that's more beneficial to you. So it feels like you're kind of breaking the mold of something. So when it says old-fashioned, so for me, I would translate that to maybe a traditional space, or even just thinking, oh, well, that's a bit of an old way of thinking about things, you know. Maybe I need to evolve out of that belief system. But you may have also been thinking about the way you've done something in the past. But on top of all of that image, overlaid over the top of that knowing that came in, was the image of the tuna, the eel. And what I got with that, and this is an old deck that I used to have, which was actually one of my first oracle decks, was actually a Māori oracle deck. I actually gifted that to a friend because, you know, she was fluent into the old and could understand. But coming back to self, anyway, so coming back in, is that I got the tuna, and that, what that represents to me as an image is resilience. You are resilient. And the thing about the eel, tuna, is that no matter what, it can literally cross land. It is so strong in its determination that it can jump out of the water and cross into other parts of the river if it's stuck, if it's stagnant. So I want to say, the way that you've been thinking about things, you realize how that can keep you stuck. And so the tuna energy is really giving you a bit of a jolt to decide, you know what, I'm changing my environment. I'm either changing location or moving out of the space because this space is not allowing me to thrive. You know, it's that whole, it's like a deep realization. And the thing about that is that, you know, it's like, is this your whole gift and skill set? It's your ability to navigate out of harsh environments and move into something a little bit more fulfilling. That's how it feels. It's sort of like, I've been dealing with this crap long enough, now I'm ready to get out, or I've been sitting in the mud too long and now I'm ready to find somewhere where I can swim around and have a bit of freedom. That's how it feels, moving out of restriction and being resilient enough to move forward out of that space. So yeah, oh, your river how it flows so deep. Your river runs deep. Ooh. I really like that song. That's actually my cousin Ashley's wedding song. So I don't know why that just popped in, but I think I was referring to the river. So I feel like, you know, that could be you connecting with either cleansing or healing something really, really big inside of you. Also, it's referring to a card of releasing, release the hold of darkness and be at cause, or letting go of some type of trauma and healing it, you know. Trauma drama is the way they said it, was like trauma. Trauma and drama is one word. Trauma. And actually, yeah, letting go of it, like catch and release is what they just said. Catch and release, you know. And I want to say this: the rewards you have, the rewards you may have gotten from the other space, the space that you may feel stuck in or restricted in, the knowledge is what they're referring to, will far surpass, will be far greater, when you understand it in the new environment, or in the new way of thinking or flowing or being within yourself. So I want you to know that with that tuna coming forward, that's a very strong energy. It is an energy of, you know, it's that, you know, Kiwi ingenuity, you know, that know how can do. So it's almost like look inside, because you know exactly what to do. You've always known what to do. Maybe it's been hard to take the action to go towards it, but now that you know that you can, maybe you will. Maybe you will. Just maybe you will. Yeah. For some odd reasons, catch and release. I don't know why I'm saying that. But whatever it is, whatever you are releasing, it's time that it gets to go, you know? It's ready to go. And so letting go of it might be a little bit bittersweet, but in the same respect, it will be so freeing for both energies, for you and for the energy that's leaving. But hopefully that made sense to you. I'm just going to pull some cards. Let's see what's going on in your energy. Yes. Lock your fridge. Would you like to be a moderator? I think all my moderators are on today. Yeah, sorry, when I do energy parts, I don't see the comments. Thank you for your follow, Mindy. Yeah, I'm in Aotearoa. Ooh. Hopefully, Soko, that made sense. I'm just going to pull all your cards out so we can get the ball rolling. I can hear my more. Okay, one more, please. Sophia. Thank you. Interesting. I've never seen this card come out ever since I've used this deck. It was the first time for everything. And I've used it a fair few times. It's the first time I've seen this card. Interesting. Alright, anyway. You got the perfection of your life. Thank you for your subscription. I will put you on the list. Thank you, Mindy. If you subscribe while I'm, if you subscribe while I'm, got my eyes closed, just when I open them, just let me know, okay? Alright, so here we have the perfection of your life. And I really like this because sometimes it's like being in the shitstorm, right? A healing chaos. Something's really causing a lot of, like, the way I want to call it is like, the word that came out was distortion. And so with this, it kind of is like understanding that there's a storm going on around you, right? There's something happening that may be causing discomfort, that may be, I always say it's a life lesson. You're definitely, what I want to say about trees, and if you've been with me long enough, trees always mean ancestral healing. And so I feel like you're breaking free from something from the past, some kind of behavior pattern as well. That's why the tuna is like, I'm over it. I want to move. I'm out of this. I want to get out of the mud is what it came forward as. But with the perfection of your life, it's literally learning to raise up, because what's happening is that you're in the storm. So what they're asking you is to go into the eye of the storm, to raise up and actually see that despite what's actually happening, the shit that's around it, it's sort of like there are things in your life, there are elements in your life that are really, really good, and to focus on it when you're not really feeling good about your life. Focus on the things that are going good. So that asks you for a higher perspective, moving out of, like, how sometimes, the way they're describing it is like getting lost in the forest and not being able to see. So the only way you could see, like, where you are is by climbing that tree and getting to the top and seeing over things. So if we just think about the storm more like a tornado going round and round in circles, when you see a storm from above, you actually see right in the middle of that storm, it's actually really still, the eye of the storm. And so that's what they're asking you, to see things from that higher perspective, from that inner perspective, the things that are going right with you at this time. So yeah, it may not look perfect on the outside, but when you look at it with the eye of love, the inner perspective, you may actually find a lot of aspects that are really going well within you or around you. So it's like focusing on that and not so much focusing on all the shit. And then you have will, which is interesting. Yeah. Well, it's not so much get out of your head. It's more like seeing what's happening in the perspective of love. So love itself is knowledge, but also it's a transmuting energy. So it's like transmuting and seeing things like in a way that allows you to see it properly without fear, guilt, shame, blame, whatever it is that feels like. And it's almost like I said, that ton of energy came in really strong for you. It's like if you wanted to, you could just move. You could move out of that whole space altogether. But here with will, literally, sheer determination, right? The tuna is so determined to just do things. So when you really put your mind to it, using your mind in a productive way that allows you to thrive, because it's almost like recognizing that shit's not going right here, so I've got to get into a different perspective to see it clearly, to allow me, the person that is really asking for their help and their guidance, whatever it is that's coming forward for you, to actually go into a space that allows me to get into the flow of who I really am. So for me, it's like use your determination, sheer determination. They keep saying sheer determination and will to move out of these spaces. I would say get out of your head and get into your heart, but this actually asks you to get in there and see it from a higher perspective. And then you have sacred inner space with sacral chakra, tenderness and sensuality. Okay, so I'm going to read this one from the book. Hopefully this makes sense for you. Sacred chakra. Sacred inner space. Here it is. The sacral chakra is found below the belly button and is the energetic space that governs our reproductive system and all forms of expression connected to it. Okay, so here we go. Your message is, here we go. Hopefully you can see that. It says, you are being guided to the gateway of your sacred self. This is an opportunity to recognize that the more tender and vulnerable aspects of your being hold keys to great power. Honor the sacred within. Reclaim any parts of yourself that you have disconnected from or abandoned. If you want to experience more love and belonging, look within. There is a huge lesson to finding love within yourself. Realize the false narratives that have been floating around your energetic field, stories that have discouraged you from expressing yourself. You may even have been lied to and told you aren't beautiful. This card is here to remind you that you are, and more importantly, you can create beauty in the world. Recognize that you hold the power of the universe within and that you'll find your flow. And that's what it was. Oh, your river, how it flows so deep. The river runs deep. Ooh. Yeah, I would say that's calling for you to go to a space of healing that's sacred to you and get into the flow of who you are, letting go and releasing things that are holding you back from being you, pretty much, you know. And like I said, when you focus on what's going right, and that's a skill set too. Like, it's not easy to think positively when things are going down, you know, going downhill. And so I think for you, when you actually understand that even though some things are going bad for me, I'm going to think about and focus on the one thing that is going right for me right now. And with my own sheer will and determination, I can move out of this shit and move into something better, and I can do it with tenderness and kindness to myself. Because if the world's been harsh to you, why be harsh to yourself? Why not be gentle and loving? And so I send this message to you with lots of love and good intentions. I hope this helps you now and in the future. Thank you, and take care of yourself, Sophia. I hope that message made sense. I always say that, because right at the end it's like, oh, hope it made sense. Hope I articulated myself right. All right, I have Michaela Emery. Michaela Emery. I don't know, Deborah. I don't have the permission to actually look at his energy. Kia ora. So I'm an ethical reader. I usually like permission to look at someone, but I can't sense or feel that he has been. So really, you know, it's sort of like, if you think that someone that you love has been with someone else and it makes you angry, upset or sad, your relationship is already over. If it's not a relationship, then maybe it's time to let that person go. Okay? Because I'll tell you what, and I say this a lot, a man that loves you, or a partner that loves you, man or woman, they let you know. They let you know. They don't keep you guessing. They let you know. Okay? All right, Michaela, if you'd like to take a deep breath, let's get straight into it. And just let your body go into a state of relaxation. Okay, Michaela. Interesting. Okay. Okay, the way I have to interpret this, so what I saw was like a veil. You know how people have wedding veils? But this one, well, it was kind of dark, right? A dark veil. So I'm going to say this. Either you feel invisible, or something has been blocking your ability to see clearly. There seems to be an energetic force. I'm going to say it's an energetic force. This could be a person, this could be a place or situation. But it feels like there is definitely energy that's been put forward to keep you blind, to stop you from seeing clearly. I want to say part of it is you also. Part of it is you allowing this to be put on you, or to keep you in the shroud. You know, sort of like not a death shroud, but you know, it feels like there's always been this state of mourning, you know, in your life. Like you've always kind of just felt sad about something, or feeling loss a lot. You could be grieving right now, and I'm so sorry if you are. But it just feels like that, like you're suffering from some type of loss. And what it's doing is it's literally keeping you shrouded. And part of me feels like that could be shadow work needed to be done. It could be your shadow. It could be an energy that keeps you shadowed or keeps you safe. So it's weird the way that it moves. It may seem negative to you, but there could be a very specific reason in which it's stopping you from being seen or from you seeing. Because it's not quite time for you to unveil yourself or show your true self, is what they're saying. Maybe you're not ready as well. That's why you keep it down. Yeah, okay. I want to ask you, how's your dreams looking? I feel like you're getting a lot of connection in your dream state. You may not know how to understand that right now, but I feel like you're definitely connecting with higher dimensional beings in your dream state. And they're the ones that may be keeping you tucked away, is the energy that I'm getting. You're being tucked away, kept safe from something, from someone. Okay. Michaela, have you ever seen Dark Phoenix? You know, Jean Grey, right? Jean Grey, yeah. She's a very strong psychic. I'm not saying you're psychic, but the energy is coming forward of that. If you were to unveil what you really have right now, you're neither ready or prepared for it. Okay? So what I want to say to that is that they're working with you and teaching you how to control your energies. Because it's almost like if they unveiled it or removed the veil or shroud that seems to be hiding you or keeping you hidden, it would be too much and you would implode. It would be too much, because if you were to literally open your third eye chakra or go into the knowing almost instantly, it would be too much. So it feels like you may have been quite shadowed. Sheltered is the word I want to use. I wanted to say shadow, but through that hesitation, sheltered at this time. You're being very protected, and it is a blessing. But the reason why they've kept it like that is because there are spaces in which you need to not see yet. That's all I want to say to that. So you may be an energy sensitive. This was something I felt happened to me too, that my grandfather in spirit had chucked a blanket over me to keep me hidden under his love and protection. You know, it's like that. So for me it feels very similar. So I feel like for you though, you're connecting with high dimensional beings. I'm not saying you're a star seed or anything like that if you don't believe in it, but doing some work in the 5D, in that dream state, healing a lot of things from your past, as in aka past lives and or future lives, because all your lives are existing at one time. I know that's a lot. I'm just going to say that. Put it out there. Your past and your future lives are all happening now. And that's time, right? That's time. Time doesn't exist in spirit. It's just for us, the humans. And so for you, your ability to move in that space is actually really, really interesting. So do you astral project or something like that? You may have seen things in the astral realm. I don't like going there myself personally. I'm super sensitive. And as soon as I step literally into that realm, if I don't create a waiting space, so I create a waiting space, or what I call it, the place between here and there. So the waiting space allows me to be in the astral realm without being literally detected. Because every time I go in there, I get jumped. I literally get jumped by energies, because we all know, well, hopefully we know, that when you go into the astral realms, it's not just good beings there. There are all beings, all energies, all converge. The astral realm for me is kind of like the 8th sphere, which is like this electromagnetic field around the earth in which all lives and energies sort of converge, and they're kind of magnetized to the earth. It's a magnetic force. So I feel like the astral realm is sort of like this layer, and above that is the veil. Okay, the veil, or what I mean like is the energy. Sorry, I know this is a lot, guys. I feel like this might make sense, or if it doesn't, hopefully someone out there will understand why it's coming forward. But above the 8th sphere is then the space of spirit itself, or soul state. I visited there once in my dream, and I remember asking this man, he stood next to me, and I asked him, what is this place? And he turned around and said, this is the place, this is heaven for the soul, which is soul state. So it's above the earth. Like I looked down upon the world, and I was in this really high space, but I was, it was really high. So it's sort of like I could still see the world. I felt connected to the world, but I wasn't in the world. So that's why I would say you're in the world, but not of the world. So often you may feel isolated, disconnected from people, places, distant from things, or just feel somewhat lonely at times. And I want to say that because your purpose, when it awakens within you, is probably on that larger scale. Okay? But don't be worried, don't be afraid. It will all unfold and unveil itself at the right time when you're ready. Alright? So I'm going to pull some cards. Let's see what's going on. Hopefully that made sense. Hi, Natasha. Your marriage will work if you want to make it work, and if the other person wants to make it work. Healing goes both ways. CDM 833. Oh, happy birthday to you. Hi, Psychic Jen, Gypsy, Oracle. Hi. Oh, I haven't called anyone in. Sorry. All right. Let's see what's going on in your energy. Okay, here we go. Yeah, big bold vision, eh? Ooh, yeah. You're an old soul. Da da da. Yeah. Focus. All yours is in that boom boom right there. Yeah. 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 Then you got ancestral realm, karmic release, healing the lineage and boundaries. I really love that. So with big bold vision, I really love this. This is being connected. This is oneness. This is a space where you can just bring forward a bit. Yeah. So why? Okay. Let's just put it like this, okay? I'm just going to say it like this. The reason why your gifts or abilities have not come online yet is because there are things that you have to understand about yourself and for yourself. That doesn't come from the mind. A lot of people always think that psychic intuition stuff comes from the mind, the third eye. It's a powerful way of seeing. It's definitely the projector or the TV screen, right? But true intuition, it comes from the heart, your life force. A lot of people will always try to build this space first, but it's very detrimental to you because humans have a lot of psychological stuff. And so the way you open up is through the heart, right? So for you, the reason why your big bold vision hasn't started is because you haven't first felt it in your heart space. Because then it allows you for you to see it clearly in your mind's eye, third eye, crown energy, however it works for you. So there is a call for you to connect within that vision inside yourself, to feel it, to know it, to make sense of it first. And then it allows you then to come into a state of change with focus. See that? I love that too. You have to deal with some emotional stuff first. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, there's definitely what they said to me was like, hemisync. So hemisync is like this gateway experience thing. It's a meditation thing, but I wouldn't encourage you to do that. But what hemisync does is that it coordinates basically. It teaches you how to mentally and physically bring your heart and mind together so they work as a unit. Hey. So what's going on with you, for you to really open up to your skill sets, your abilities, whatever it is that you feel connected to, you have to learn to work with the heart and the mind. Otherwise, if you're just working with the mind, whatever you bring forward won't have any heart in it. And that's why the vision has been kept still. It's sort of almost like you've got to get into the heart of your issues. You've got to deal with your space, open up the heart chakra, and boom, watch it connect to your third eye. But definitely you'll be focusing there on the third eye or in the mind space, but not dealing with your emotional space there. How well learn to open? Yes, it's really, really easy, and it's learning to connect with it. So it's just like anything, right? If you want to learn how to be intuitive, you actually have to learn to work your body and to warm it up. So it's just like you're going to go play a game, right? You're going to stretch before that game. You're going to throw the ball around. So if you play netball, right, you're going to go warm up. You're going to go for a jog around, get your body ready. You're going to do those stretches so you don't get cramp. You're going to do some drills so that you've got that concentration and that, that reflex is going. So too must you have to do that. So too will you have to do that with your intuitive abilities. Opening up the heart chakra, connecting with the heart. I showed you that 3 breath method. The heart, the crown, and the sacral. Really important chakras to connect to your intuition. Really strong chakras to open up, to heal. But the heart chakra is the most important of them all. If that's not turned on, all these other ones will always go out of alignment. I know that sounds weird, but that's what I've come to know within myself, that if my heart isn't moving properly, that life force isn't moving in a positive aspect, then all my other ones will go out of whack and work against me. My energy will be drained, I will be tired, I will think negatively, I will feel disconnected. And so to open up your heart chakra, you just have to put your hand on your heart and you have to breathe into it. Nope, perfect song for it. This is actually the song I play, weirdly enough, synchronicity, that I play when I tap into my heart chakra. I am surrounded by love. I am surrounded by love. And it's just learning to work with your heart chakra, to learn to connect with it, to breathe into it, to give it some attention and focus. A lot of us will move out of that space and go into the head. The head is no good without the heart. We all know this. I hope we know this, that the way you think won't actually manifest unless you feel it first, right? So you definitely have a lot of vision, a lot of things that could come forward, but please deal with your heart chakra, heal anything that may be blocking it, any distortions, any emotional energy that's sitting on top of it, because you're here to break some patterns. Karmic release, healing the lineage and boundaries. Let's read this one. Definitely, a DNA upgrade as well coming in. That will happen when it's ready. That's right. So they keep showing me you hidden underneath that shroud. So I was going to say, just be mindful that you don't keep it on, you know. If there's a space that asks you to deal with your stuff, don't be afraid to deal with it. Because even though it may hurt in the moment, the freedom and release from that far surpasses what you will hold on to now. Okay, so in every incarnation we have been blessed to be part of a lineage that helps us live our life and embark on learning experiences, and for hundreds and thousands of years those who have walked the earth before us have prayed for a better life. There's that big bold vision, right? So yours is karmic release, healing the lineage and boundaries, and your message is: this card initiates healing on all levels, but particularly on the family line. There may be some ideas and beliefs in your family that you find limiting or negative. Know that they need not be your truth. You have the opportunity to go beyond your challenging energies, or the challenging energies of your family lineage. If you are in a particularly challenging time or facing energies that are harsh and even overwhelming, the energy of your ancestors is with you now. They are here to hold a sacred and safe space so that you can rest. Your ancestors are surrounding you now. Oh, sorry, I feel really touched by that. Your ancestors are surrounding you now. They are here to seek forgiveness for any harmful decisions that were made without your full awareness, and for any negative effects those are having on you now. If you have found that a particular family member has been difficult, or a relationship has been negatively impacted because of the situations or ideas that stem from the past, know that a great cleansing is taking place at this time. The ointment for the wound is the energy of forgiveness. This isn't about accepting what happened as fine, but realizing that the energies of the past no longer govern your present. It's about choosing to create your own happiness and live from your own heart. Keep your boundaries strong, but be open to carving out a new path. I send that to you with lots of love and good intentions. I hope it helps you now and in the future. Thank you and take care. Michaela, lots of love. Yeah, don't be afraid to heal your shit. Something I had to learn, and yeah, sometimes it's yucky and it makes you feel like crap for like days afterwards, but when you actually feel the healing, so in the healing part, it's tough, but it's the rewards of healing that you won't have to deal with that every day, subconsciously, unconsciously, unknowingly, unwillingly, that energy just churning over the back of your mind. Alright? Don't be afraid to heal. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Michaela. Thank you for your love. Alright, Michaela. Harms. Hey guys, I'm going to open up the list after I do Mindy. And whoa mama, whoa mama. Did you just subscribe? Sorry. Boop. Oh, I feel like my eyeballs are like... Is Mo scared to lose to me? Okay, awesome. I'm going to put you on there, Mo Mama. Thank you so much. Okay, Harms, awesome. Yeah, is Mo scared to lose to me? I don't think Mo likes to lose anyway, so losing to you will be worse. So is that a yes? Alright, Harms. Alright, Harms, if you'd like to take a deep breath, just reset your energy and then just get nice and relaxed. We'll just create that Wi-Fi. Okay. Oh. Harms, I got the song. Standing out in the SOS. Standing out in the SOS. Oh. Yeah. So what they just said is that you've experienced a considerable amount of soul loss that's really harsh and really hard to recuperate from. So soul loss is when, you know, it's like almost like a little bit of your light is gone. It hasn't gone, it's just not being utilized or used. So when the soul asks to be saved, it almost forces us into a state of healing. Like it has to do things, some drastic shit. Let's just put it like that. It's almost like it's got to go extreme to be able to make you wake up, to make you see, to make you feel, to make you know that it's suffering. And the thing is, it's our essence. You know, we have to understand that the soul, every time the soul comes back, it has the same essence. And even though there'll never be another Harms, right? There'll never be another you exactly how you are. And this is something we have to really think about. Like, I'm actually unique because I'm never going to come back as me again. I'm not going to come back in another life as Sonia and do exactly the same things. No, I'm actually not. And so for you, it's the same thing, you know. And you have to understand that when your soul is really disconnected from its purpose here, from the lessons it's supposed to learn, it'll just make things either harder in you or harder around you. Thank you so much, guys, for following. And so what I want to say to you is that this is a time where you have to literally, what they're showing me is to go into that ocean of emotion and face your fears. It's time to do it. It's time to not be afraid. It's like go into that water and heal yourself. And I know that sounds like whimsical or dreamlike, but it literally is getting into a space where you can just, like, whatever it is, for some odd reason, it's like I want to say, just pour it out. Like for some odd reason, it's almost like you're filled up with water and it's just time to just pour all this sadness and tears and give it back to the universe. It's like you're so full of it right now. There's sadness, pain. Also, you're an empath, a big one. So I'm going to refer to that as being sensitive to energies. So not only are you full of your own stuff, but you're full of stuff from everybody else. They've just asked us that you need to welcome in the light. You need to say, you know what? I want the universe or whatever higher dimensional beings or my spiritual team to work for me. I give them the permission to do what they need to do because it is a world of free will here. So it's almost like And this is something that I have learned to do, is to work with my spiritual teams. So whenever I'm feeling like I'm suffering or feeling like I'm negative, that I say, hey, I need some help, I need some support, I can't do it right now, I need you to help me. And the thing is, you've got all these, and like I put out that dance video, you know, and the dance video was because your spiritual teams are like literally your cheerleaders in the background going, you know, you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this, you know, the energy, sending you energy, giving you love. But unless you're aware that it's there, you'll never know how to receive it. So it's a really strong time to ask for support, because A, it's a birthright to receive support. It's a birthright to embrace the light. The light is knowledge, information, and love, to transmute negativity. But negativity will always exist. We have to understand that. We just learn to navigate through that energy. Faster, easier, better. Yeah. What I want to say, it's interesting, the song's really making me, your soul's about ready to build. So what it's going to do is it's going to hit a really strong note. And what I mean by that is it's going to send out this energy to say, I'm ready to make a change, you know. Yeah, I know. So I get confirmation songs. They just sung to me, you know, man in the mirror or woman in the mirror. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. Oh yeah, I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. Yeah. Woo. Na 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 na. Change starts with you, eh? You've got to want to change. And you have to take that chance on yourself. And the cool thing is, when you start understanding that these energies, not only just energies, but people, places, and situations that will support your change, when you start stepping into the light and out of the darkness of your soul, because your soul's not made to be dark. You know, it understands it. That's the thing. What we have to understand is that our soul understands that darkness exists and it's part of the team, but it's not made. It's like a plant, you know. It needs sunlight and it needs water and nourishment and love. Well, the nourishment is love to grow. Because if it's not given what it needs, it will wither. And so it's time to let that sun in and nourish your soul, okay? A big huge healing coming in for you. Let's pull some cards, let's see where it's going. I hope that made sense. Hands, please. Thank you. Yeah. I love what they just said to that card. Yeah, I like that. I want to say this really quick. We got the card fruition pop out, and I want to say this to you. Your mind is a beautiful place when you know how to use it wisely. And here with be the hunter, not the hunted, you got to flip the script, right? You got to see clearly. The owl is a companion energy. So what I like for this particular thing is that when you know and see something, you'll know and understand what it's doing for you. So it's like learning to understand that things work in mysterious ways, but also it's like when you learn how things work in their mysteriousness, you can work with it. So I feel like with you, if that made sense. I don't know if that made sense. It made sense in my head. Be the hunter, not the hunted, is that it's time for you to change things. It's time for you. You're literally at the right place now, that number 8. Right place, right time, right person. It is a lucky number, number 8, for you to start changing things up and seeing things clearly. You know what I mean? See over here with that fruition? She's got that mask on. And the thing is, when you hide behind the mask, you'll never see clearly. There'll always be some type of discomfort. So it's learning how to take the mask off and to use your mind in a way that's beneficial for you, to see things clearly, you know. Yeah, I'm just singing songs because I'm hearing them a lot. It's like that song. I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. Sorry. I can see all obstacles in my way. It's like that. Sorry. And so I feel like for you, 37 breaks down to a 10. You know, it's the end of a cycle of using your mind in a negative way. It's like creating all this thing but never being able to eat from the fruit. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if you've ever been in my lives before, but I often talk about thought forms, and that if you can imagine we're a tree, right? We're the tree. And we can think about negative things, and slowly but surely those negative things will create branches, and from those branches fruit will grow. But the downside is that when you eat that fruit, it will give negative effect. It will be negative to people, you know. It will be poisonous to you, basically, and to anyone you care about. But when you think with the form of support, love, compassion, kindness, positive, I wouldn't say it's positive, it's just a knowing of being able to use the energy in a way that is efficient for you, is that when you think positively or in loving thought form, you actually create branches, and from that thought form you create fruit, and you can eat that fruit because it's not going to be detrimental to you. So it's like that. You're at the end of a chapter where you're harvesting negative fruit and learning then to adapt into harvesting positive fruit, or growing that, or learning to grow that space for you. Be the hunter, not the hunted. You're the right person to make the choice to see things. You know, that's literally looking into the heart and the matter of things, and not being afraid. But you see, the thing about the owl is the owl sees through the darkness. You literally have the abilities to navigate through dark energies, dark thought forms, things like that. So if you are in a space where you feel a lot of negativity or a lot of heaviness, I want you to know you have the ability to navigate out of that space quite easily if you chose to, if you used your mind wisely. And then you have Gaia, gateway activation, learning experiences, wisdom transmission, earth intelligence. So I really like this, because when Gaia comes forward, it's really asking you to get grounded and to sort of like grow those roots. So, you know, this is like working with the root chakra. It's like, where's the book gone? Healing anything, or going to the root cause of things, and dealing with things. Oh, we went straight to it. Alright. So Gaia gateway is the chakra that connects us directly with the mind and intelligence of Mother Earth. This chakra is not very well known, but it is now being acknowledged as one of the key energetic spaces we can connect with to activate the ascension process. Moving beyond the limitations. Alright, okay. Hopefully this message makes sense to you. And here's your message. It says, sometimes it is not our role to know how everything will unfold. When you draw this card, it is a reminder to trust the plan. The wisdom of Gaia is with you at this time, and you can enjoy the natural expansion that is taking place. You may have a tendency to go traveling and look to the stars for answers, but realize the planet you call home has much to offer you too. You have chosen to be here. This may not be easy to accept, especially if your current reality is a harsh one, but your current experiences are vital for your growth. The Earth herself cannot escape the challenges she is facing at this time. Learn from her strength. Learn from her yearning for a better future. Come back to her. She is your chosen home. And one thing I like to say about home is where the heart is, right? And where the heart is where your soul resides. Come back to you. Remember who you are. You know, that's what it is. It's your time of remembering, of seeing clearly, of thinking of positive aspects and solutions to navigate through any negativity. And like the Earth, who's also facing challenges, you are here now and you belong here. and now too. So I send this message to you with lots of love and good intentions. I hope it helps you now and in the future. Lots of love and take care. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Harms. I'm definitely going to have a drink of water. Hi, Sea Lord. Thank you guys to everyone that subscribed tonight. Thank you. Yeah. There was a lot of different, like, I'm going to say, Harms, your situation is probably a lot more complex. But if you ever want a private reading with me, feel free to contact me or book an appointment on my Facebook. You can try and contact me on my other social medias, but Facebook's probably easier, okay? Well, where you can contact me directly. Alright, guys. The next person is Natalie Gray. Are you here, Natalie? Hi, Tamara. How are you doing? Natalie? I've got Natalie, then Rhea, and then I have Fluff Lord, Mindy, and Wild Mama. So once I've gotten to Wild Mama, I'll then open the list again. Kia ora. I'm pretty good today, so I'm just doing the Friday lives because I didn't do Thursday. My son had a basketball game, which they got smashed. But hey, and that way I didn't have to rush, so I thought, oh well, Fridays. Thank you for coming in. Kia ora, push. Push there, push. Oh, thank you. I put a bit of hair mask in there. It's like, I'm going to go and get a haircut soon, but I've been trying to get a bit of length before I get it cut. So this is it. So last year I was bald last year. And so this is the growth from last year. So it's getting there. My hair grows really slow, so I wish it was longer. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying. I haven't dyed it, so I'm hiding the greys. Natalie? Is she here? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mama. Well, I think Natalie's not here. Ah, vegan dye. I actually should try that. Try something other than chemicals, eh? Because, you know, because I'm super grey, it's sort of like really bad for my hair. My hair goes like grass. Yeah, I think she's gone. Okay. All right, Natalie, I'm so sorry. Please be here when I call your name. If she pops in again, she's going to be a bit disappointed. But that's just how it is. Okay, Rhea. Thank you, Paige. Rhea. Hi, guys. I've got Rhea, Fluff Lord, Mindy, and Wild Mama. And if anyone else subbed, please let me know. And after that, I will open up the list again. Oh, thank you. I've got really thick line here. Weird. I put in a bit of a hair mask before. And that's awesome. Thank you. I feel good that you said that. Well, last year I shaved all my hair off because I had been dyeing my hair blonde, right? Over and over and over again. And because I liked dyeing my hair like unicorn colours. I've had every colour you can think of, except probably not green, though I would like green now, weirdly enough. And it was just dead. It was so dead, and so I just shaved it all off. All right. Okay, so Rhea, we're gonna do Rhea. All right. Thank you, Rhea. So Rhea, if you'd just like to take a deep breath, I hope I'm saying your name properly. I want to say Rhea. If you'd like to take a deep breath. Thank you for subbing, by the way. I appreciate that.
Enlighten me, cover me, purge my reality of all that does not serve welcome your supreme presence and all that is divine to enter in. You are the sacred one.
Interesting.
Your body is a temple.
I heard the word cover come through in this particular affirmation song, and it's weird because straight away my mind went to cover me with sunshine, shower me with good times. It's Pink A. Well, the world's been spinning since the beginning, and it's gonna be alright. So I want to say with that, it's interesting because I feel like for you, you're actually moving into a time that's going to be more fortunate. Yeah. So when I get confirmation songs, yeah, fortunate, yeah, it usually means for me that I'm on the right track. So here I want to do this. I want to boost your confidence. I want you to know that things are going to work out in a better way, and though it may not make sense right now, things are churning in the background that want you to be successful in whatever that is. It feels like also with family, children as well. If you don't have children, or it would be about just family in general. Better relationships, healthier relationships, more illumination and knowledge in your relationships. So that feels like, yeah, there's a big shift in that area. It's not so much that you're going to be more dedicated to family than to your business, but I feel like there's this beautiful balance that's going to work out for you, because I think that's a lot of us will have to work out the balance. I'm getting Libra, but I don't know if you're actually Libra, but it just feels like there's a space that's requiring balance right now between both sides of you. Or I want to say this is something I say all the time. I'm a multifaceted being. I have many sides, and just like diamonds, the more sides, the more faces of that diamond, the more polished and refined it is, the more valuable it is. So it's sort of like understanding that there's this polishing effect happening in your life. There's some type of illumination happening for you, and things are going to get better and brighter. And even if, and this is something I like to say a lot, just to remind you, even if things go a little bit down, you'll know what to do to bring it back up, right? Instead of swinging into that pendulum swing and feeling the extreme motion of this and that, learning to find that beautiful medium and harmonizing with both energies. The acknowledgement of darkness or negativity in your life, and the amplification of positivity or the embracing of positivity. So we're made up of both, right? The seen, unseen, the knowing, the unknown, the heard, the unheard, the voiced, the unvoiced. The thoughts and the feelings. There's this beautiful flow of harmony and energy. And many of us often want to lean only to one side, but that will create one side being weaker and one side being stronger. So when the pendulum swings into the side where you're weakest, well, of course it's going to be harder to hold up or to fight through the struggle. And so it's sort of like remembering to bring things into balance, acknowledging that negativity exists, but also embracing the positive aspects that are happening in your life. Yeah, it's that whole thing that I talk about when I made that video about the guy jumping on the trampoline, and he's walking up the stairs and then he falls, and then he walks back up the stairs and he falls, and in the end he simply surrenders to the journey and acknowledges that sometimes it's fun to fall. Sometimes it's fun to reach for the top and then not quite make it, but fall and then bounce back again. There's a space where you can always reinvent the path in life that you wish to have. You can always keep evolving and changing to it, surrendering to the energies in the way that allows you. Surrendering is not giving up, but it's more just like going with the flow, learning to flow with it instead of resisting things. And you also have a lot of skill sets and abilities to navigate through things quite easily when you tap into the right spaces. In here and in here. And I think the knowledge of you knowing that working with your heart and your mind really brings things into a bigger understanding. So what I mean by that is that something I always say is when love is in the mix, anything that you're mixing will thrive. Anything that connects with love will thrive. If you're passionate about something, if you love it, if it lights you up, and you can see it Make sure you can feel it too. That way it will manifest faster, easier, and more, you know, into the space in which you can understand and perceive it. Not to let your subconscious take the lead sometimes, you know. Don't be too stuck in the head, in the negative spaces of the head, of the mind. It's acknowledging if we all have trauma, we all have some type of thing and story, but the story that we have had or the life that we have lived previous to now doesn't define us. What does that say? The past is history, the future is a mystery, but the present is a gift. Oh, sorry. But now is the gift. That's why they call it the present. Hopefully I got that right. So it's like being here now, focusing on here now, the issues at hand now, the successes at hand now, and not to get too lost in the past or in the future. Yeah, confidence, confidence. Something I always say about myself. I can navigate through things easier because I know, trust and believe in myself. So feel and know when I need to step out and when I need to step back. You know, that's that whole, you know, learning how to bring rest to myself, to allow myself to restore. But then when I've restored, knowing when to push forward. And sometimes it takes time to learn that because we're often very obligated to always be moving forward, moving and leveling up and doing well and being successful, that when we take a step back, you know, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, we feel guilty. We feel less than, we feel lacking. And that's not positive for you, you know, to do that to yourself. If you take a step back or if things don't go your way, just simply go, oh well, wasn't meant to be that way. I'm sure I will come up with a solution. I'm sure I will be able to know what I need to do next. You know, it's that confidence. I know what to do. It comes to me easily. And so for you, it's really about learning how to manifest your dreams the way that you want them and have confidence in knowing they are coming to you or are with you now. You just have to get to the understanding of perceiving them, okay? So let's pull some cards for you. Hopefully that part made sense. Hi Kimberly, I'm going to open the list soon. Thank you for sharing, Nelia. Okay, yeah. You've got the perfection of your life pop out, so that's interesting. So it's focusing on the positive aspects, seeing things from a higher perspective. For you, it's probably dealing with a little bit of your junk, healing some distortions that may be happening. This could be people, places, I would say family. Family causing some type of disruption, either going against you or their belief systems, or yeah, it's almost like they're leaning into their belief systems and not allowing you to be you. You got Sword of Light as well, which is divine protection, which I love. Cords cut and breakthrough energy. I love it when the Sword of Light comes in. I mean, something's definitely getting changed and challenged at this time. You know, and you know, it's funny when I hear that card just said to me, I'm just trying to have a good life, you know. It's not like you're trying to stand on everybody's toes. So whoever it is that's putting up a barrier or creating a blockage, whatever is happening there, I would say that's very much about their trauma that they haven't dealt with yet. And I want to say for you, you've got so much going right for you. Don't let this person or situation pull you down because you don't belong there. You need to raise your vibe or your perspective up a little bit higher and see things for what they truly are, because then you'd understand it. Because the Sword of Light is sort of like the truth card, and that's sort of like literally Libra. I don't know why. Card words come forward, please. Yeah, abundance. Yeah, abundance. Got so much going on for you. definitely going on some divine detours though, and dealing with some very stubborn energies. You've got the Hunter Moon coming up, 38 breaks down to 11. It is 11 today, so maybe there's been a space that has been quite emotional, but you're kind, you're loving, you're compassionate, you know who's good to you, you're loyal. There's so many things about you that I really, really like. Your personality, like there's like, you know, like it's like this. You literally have the most gentlest heart in the world. It's weird. So gentle and kind. And even though there is someone or an aspect or maybe just a group of people that are just being pain in the asses right now, I feel like it doesn't matter what they do, because the way you connect with things or connect to things is actually a really beautiful space. And like, I mean, abundance isn't always monetary, by the way, but it's the ability to just give energy. Even you have plenty of that. You know, it's like I want to say is that, you know, you're someone who fights for the underdog. You're someone that understands people's, you know, you look at someone, you don't just assess them and go, you know, you sort of try to find out their backstory. You try to get context before you judge them. It's like that. But let's read the Sword of Light here with divine protection. Cords cut, breakthrough energy. Oh, sorry, I didn't show you the cards. The perfection of your life. It's an interesting card. But also the perfection of your life, 30 breaks down to a 3. So definitely a life lesson that you're going through right now. And then number 11 with abundance. Real beautiful space. See that? She's really just in her element kind of thing. And then Sword of Light. Alright. Let's read it. Sword, Stella, Sword of Light. Alright. So the Sword of Light is the main energetic tool of Archangel Michael, the Prince of Heaven. His name means he who is like God, and he is considered Source's right-hand man. He is the Archangel who is chosen to guide and protect all light workers. Yeah. What's that saying? Thank you. If life gives you lemonade, if life gives you lemons, learn how to make lemonade. Yeah. I used to have a saying about that, but it's not coming to mind. So I feel like for you, you've been given a lot of lemons and you're just like, you know what? I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to make all this lemonade. You know, you're making the best of a situation. But anyway, here we go. It says, when this card comes to you, know that it is confirmation that you are walking the path of light and responding to pre-incarnation soul contracts to make a difference on this planet. It is also a sign that you have the opportunity to sever connections to fears and limitations. Energetic cords bind us to situations, loved ones, and even the past. But you are in transition now and detaching from unnecessary connections, dramas, and fears. Know that there will be a great severing at this time, and you might feel isolated for a moment as you will be reconfiguring your circle. Yeah, keep your enemies close, eh? That's what's been happening. Maybe not realizing someone was an enemy. Sorry, what did I say? You will be reconfiguring your circle of trust and moving into a life that is in greater alignment with your highest good. Know that the cords that bind you to loved ones and soul family will remain intact. So all those that are for you will stay with you. It is only the lower vibrational connections that are being severed. Expect breakthroughs and doors of opportunity opening for you. If you feel strongly connected to Archangel Michael, know that his energy is with you now. So he's definitely looking after you, looking over you, and clearing out the trash. Let's just put it like that. That's awesome. So that makes sense that he came forward for you. He's acknowledging his presence in your life. But he's like the clearer, like I said, he redirects you away from bad or negative energies. And so I feel like for you, just keep being you. Just keep moving forward. Have the confidence that you're literally being guided in a way that's going to lead you to something at least better for you long term. Alright? So hopefully this message makes sense to you. I send this to you with lots of love and good intentions. I hope it helps you now and in the future. Thank you, and take care of yourself. Thank you for subscribing as well. Thank you. Oh, I hope I sung it in the right key. The Shrek song. I actually love Shrek. You know, I love all the animated movies because there's like little nuggets of information or like sayings and things that they do that can apply to adults in life situations. That's why I always like the animated stuff, you know, like Pocahontas and Moana. Pocahontas probably isn't the best one because of the way it can be disrespectful to the Native Americans. But, you know, like I was 12. Was I 12? 12, 13, maybe 14. That's how old I am. When Pocahontas came out, and I remember going to watch it in the movies, and I was just absolutely in awe of her. That whole movie, I love that whole movie. It was like the first time you see like I know, a brown princess running around on the screen doing amazing things. And so that 14-year-old me, I'm saying I'm 14, but I could be from 12 to 14, fell in love with that movie. And so I still listen to the soundtrack to this day as an adult. Lots of lessons you can learn in there. Whew. Yeah. If you want to, Sophia, I will post it up. So I've only been posting them up on my YouTube when they're requested. So yes, since you requested it, I'll make a note right now because I'll sometimes forget to post it. Alright, Leah. Okay, Fluff Lord. Fluff Lord, are you still with us? I'm just writing my note. Okay. Fluff Lord. Okay, awesome. Fluff Lord. Cool. Cool. Awesome. Your name's been in my head today, bro, so I'm just saying my bro, so sorry. So I hope this message makes sense to you, resonates for you, and is what you need at this time. If you'd just like to take a deep breath, I'm going to have a drink of water, and then I'm going to tap in and see what's going on. Thank you to everybody that's been staying, liking, sharing, commenting. Okay. Alright, here we go. Fluff Lord. You know what I'm going to say without even thinking, Fluff Lord? There definitely is a call to find some inner peace. I don't know if that makes sense, but the song that I'm getting, I'm not even got my eyes closed or trying to tap in with you, but I heard, you know, the song, and I have to sing it, and it's something that I like. Whenever I hear the song, I have to sing the whole piece. I'm sorry in advance for my singing, but I need to sing this to you, and I don't know why, but it just came forward really, really loud, so I listened to my intuition, and it says, it's the Inner Peace song. You've heard me sing it before, but I'm going to sing it again. And it says, please let me feel inner peace from my center at the center of me. My heart is open. I am aware. In me's a knowing of love, love, love. My heart is open. I am aware. In me's a knowing Your natural state of being is love. So if you are in conflict or have been hurt recently, I want you to know that you can access this energy of love at any time, because literally what I'm seeing is these wings getting wrapped around you. So there's definitely some type of protection or love embracing you right now, sending you lots of love, and almost like synchronicities, bro. Synchronicities. I feel like there's heaps going on for you, like everywhere. Everywhere you go. Feathers, songs, people, gifts, knowings, insight. You know, you're a heart-centered person, and this space needs to be open. And if you're in conflict, of course your first instinct is to close it, but it would be detrimental to you. Anytime your heart is closed, things will work against you, because your natural state is to be love. I feel that really, really deep in my being, that you're literally someone that has so much love to give, so much, and that is a gift and a skill set, because nobody or not everybody can generate the amount of love and light that you can. You're strong in your life force. And the thing is, this is something that I heard earlier, and it's almost like this: when you're doing things right, when you're doing the right thing, the devil knocks on your door. Because what does the devil want to do? Now, we're not talking about the actual devil, we're just talking about negative spaces and energy. Knocks on your door because what it wants to do is to stop you, right? And when you're doing the wrong thing, they don't come a knocking, it just lets you keep doing the wrong thing. So if you're being bombarded with a lot of negativity, or a space where you feel you're being blocked a lot, that's because you're on the right path to changing into who you really are, which is literally an angel of love. I'm giggling because I've heard someone say that before, but I want to say that to you. And what I mean is, you're a very strong light worker. You probably have really either intuitive abilities or healing abilities that you would need to tap into, that you would need to connect with, because your soul has a lot of information, has a lot of wisdom, and when it's not being accessed by you, things may feel very, very heavy or just negative, or like this density is what I want to say. Because I think for you, it feels like you would have to move more into your light body, which is out of body, right? Out of physical body, and